Hi guys, bye guys, I'm really fucking sick.
Get out of here, sick boy. Clap sync. All right, welcome to the two. This is another two-man podcast.
Yeah,
Who knows a lot lately?
yeah, but I'm back.
I'll leave the door cracked so I can comment.
Now the volume's coming through. There's no
Oh, that's
volume.
because I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Ah, okay. So we're playing. What are we playing, Izzo?
Predator starring Harry Weinstein.
We're playing. Jesus, that's hard to last name.
Hashtag me too.
Oh.
We're playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands because released was the Hunt for the Predator DLC, and we're gonna hunt for the fucking Predator. Which
Indeed.
I don't know how well it's gonna be with me using AI players. Let's head over to that fire. Maybe the Predator started a fire.
Maybe.
We're in.
Do you think he made it that easy for us to?
Oh, absolutely not. No, you have to locate clues about him and stuff like that. Like I already kind of looked. I meant to actually look up some stuff today to try to get some hints,
Right.
but I forgot to
Uh,
because I was too busy. What was I doing today? I did a little work at work. Not much work to actually do the week before Christmas.
yeah. So upon coming back into the States, I found out that there was a holiday party at my office today. So zero work got done amongst everybody.
I do find that funny though because you're a Fed, right? Oh shit.
More or less, yeah.
So all right. I'm just gonna climb over that dead body.
Right.
So I do find it funny that the feds always have their. I guess they probably have to, always have their parties during the day during working hours.
Yeah.
Where contractors like myself, our company rents out like a swank club and we booze it up with an open bar all night.
Well, so if you're looking at it from that regard, so I'm also a contractor too.
Oh,
So,
okay.
But we did it in the office during I guess the holiday hours because the government probably wouldn't pay to take us off site to have a party or something. So it's
Yeah, because I sit on site with my customer.
oh okay,
And our holiday party is going to be a potluck.
gotcha.
For everybody, so everyone's gonna bring something in, which is cool. But it's like they used to like take us out to a restaurant.
Right.
Like the two head in charge people would just be like, all right, we're gonna go to this restaurant, and they pay for everybody, which is also cool. Which is good because I can't pay for everybody. And as you know, being a contractor, $5 per person is all you can spend.
$5 per person is all you can spend.
Yeah, that's
For what? For what?
just like gifts or anything like that. Like if you're like for feds.
Oh.
So if you have like a friend who's a Fed, you can't spend more than $5 on any one gift, and I think $25 or $50 a year from your entire company.
So I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
I get the reason behind it.
Oh yeah, I'm not against it or anything like
Yeah.
that. Like it makes perfect sense because, you could legit be like, me and you have been best friends for years, and shit, I always thought you were a Fed, which I didn't even think about that before I got you your Christmas gift. But I don't work for you, so we don't work in the same department,
exactly.
so
So it's not like you're bribing me with like something or whatever to,
Exactly.
sign off on something.
Yeah, because I actually asked about that before we went to Japan, because in case we did Ubers or taxis or anything like that, me thinking that you were a Fed, I had asked about all that shit. Like, hey, when I go to Japan, I'm going with a buddy of mine who's a Fed. He doesn't work for the FAA. What's the protocol on, like, if we split a cab or if I pick up the bill for one night at dinner? They assured me that there'd be nothing wrong with that, but they're just like, don't go crazy. I was like, all right. They're just like, err on the side of caution. Try not to spend too much money on your friend if you buy him anything, or if you're buying drinks or something like that.
Yeah, but with what I do, it has nothing to do with what you do. So I mean,
yeah, I think that's my company. Just give me advice to err on the side of caution. Just be like, don't do anything that could like be seen as compromising.
right.
Just never mind, all the Yakuza that approached us when we were in Shinjuku.
Uh,
But we did not fraternize.
yeah.
So we were
I
cool.
don't believe that.
Hey, shut your mouth, sick boy. You go to sleep. You go to sleep and you die. Yeah, getting on to the actual topics for tonight.
Oh yeah, we kind of.
Yeah, though I will say this about my holiday party. So my boss, not my boss, the owner of the company. Oh
Mhm.
shit.
You're a hot owner.
No. Oh, if you like older women.
I was gonna make a very inappropriate joke, but I will leave that
Why
okay.
haven't you hooked up Peach?
So anyways, she always rents out like really cool trendy spots. So we went to this like new trendy club called St. Ives
Okay.
in DC.
Okay.
And it was a pretty cool club. We had a cool DJ. He was Asian, so I dubbed him DJ Nelson.
Nice.
The drinks were good, though one of the bartenders, it was legit her first night, and she had never been a bartender before.
She had never been a bartender before.
No, and for whatever reason, no matter where I went in that bar, she would always come serve me. And she didn't know how to make an old fashioned, so she always fucked it up. But that's not really my complaint, because it was still mostly bourbon, so
Right.
it was kind of like drinking like a sweetened bourbon, which is fine.
Right.
Wasn't an old fashioned, but whatever.
Right.
But my only complaint was like, I guess they don't serve food there that often because they were like doing like appetizer plates and stuff like that. But they were not getting it out with, and it was like cheese plates and like olives and shit like that. So not like stuff they had to prepare.
Right.
They were not getting that shit out quick enough. Like that, it was gone like the second it hit the thing.
Right.
And it'd be like another like 15, 20 minutes before more came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's got. I was joking. I was joking with yeah, it was pretty busy.
Okay.
But they weren't busy. We had rented out the entire place. So it's not like they had like customers.
Okay.
So I was joking with a coworker of mine. I was like, oh, I guess they have to run down to the Whole Foods and go get another platter. That was like the only disappointing thing about it was like the lack of food, which meant I had to temper my drinking because I didn't want to get like drunk. So it's like okay, I had some pita bread and some olives and some cheese. And I guess I can have another drink now. Right. So that was like the only downside was that like the food was not as plentiful as it could have been.
Right.
And I've been to South America before, and you can obviously see in this game, it just recently rained here. And when you're in South America right after a rain like that, and it's this sunny out, it's fucking humid, and you want to die. My dad actually thinks this game's cool because he's a wanted man in Bolivia. Because he used to work for the DEA, and they went down there and kind of like what this game is doing. In fact, I'm going to just, even though this is supposed to be modeled for me, this is my dad. This is his adventures when he was in Bolivia. And they kind of went down there and wrecked shit with the cartels.
Really?
Yeah, so he's not really supposed to go to Bolivia ever again. The State
I'm
Department
sure he's
finds
okay
that.
with that.
Yeah. He was like, I don't want to go back. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like, my dad hated going to South, because he did the DEA stuff for a while, then he switched to working with the POW MIA stuff, and he loved going to Southeast Asia, like Thailand,
really?
Laos, Vietnam. He loved all that. So it was just kind of funny, his just disdain for Bolivia. That's not blowing up! Shit!
Damn, my man did not react quick enough with that.
No, he did not. Huh, they got him. I thought that's stuff to be tagged. That's why it's supplies to be tagged. I thought for sure that was going to explode. I was like,
Right.
This will be cool. I'll take out all these mofos one after another. Nope.
There's nothing in it.
Oh shit. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
where did that guy come from?
I don't know, man.
I could have swore I heard
Legitimately
one of my
popped out of nowhere.
I could have swore I heard one of my guys say all clear. But maybe I'm just hearing
Man
things.
messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's get back on.
Let's get back on track. So,
Yeah.
the first thing to talk about, and this is new news to me, but apparently other people began notified about this. Netflix is increasing the prices of their stuff, and let me pull up my I think they've got the
It's
details.
$10.99 now, isn't it?
So subscribers in the
Yeah.
U.S. Who pay the standard $9.99 service is going to be upcharged to $10.99. The price of the premium Ultra HD 4 screens, which is what I have, is going from $11.99 to $13.99. The only thing staying the same is the basic plan, the $7.99 plan.
Mm-hmm. Or you get the CDs or the DVDs, right? In the mail.
Do they even do that? Oh, that's a cliff.
Well, so how basic could it get if that's not it?
Oh, that's true. That's probably just the
I
basic.
think it's one stream.
Oh, 1 stream for the basic? Thank you, Nelson.
You're welcome.
Nelson in the newsroom. You know, if this becomes our highest rated podcast ever, you're not allowed on camera anymore. So
Hold on. Okay, but I think that one stream, Nelson, might be SD, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I didn't switch to it, is because I can't go back to
yeah, no, stand up. Terrible.
40 by 480.
Yeah. My thing is like I'm really thinking about canceling now because that's gonna be the second time since I switched to the 4K Ultra HD package that the price has been hiked.
Yeah. Well.
So it's kind of like I don't watch it that much anymore. Like, you know what my thought process is? Like the only exclusive things that like the Marvel shows are kind of cool, but those are probably gonna go away in 2019.
Right.
Stranger Things is really all they have exclusively that I'm like, oh, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I can just do a 30-day trial once a year, binge Stranger Things, and then cancel it.
Right.
Well, I think Hulu's also going to get way better since Disney's now like majority shareholder.
60%, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I think you're going to see a lot of 20th Century Fox and Disney stuff going over there. Because, like, one thing where Netflix kind of lost me was with How I Met Your Mother going away. Because that was something that I watched a lot of.
And it appeared right on Hulu.
Yeah, and it jumped right on Hulu. That was something I watched a lot of. Like, if I was just kind of bored,
yeah, I
would just throw on, like, How I Met Your Mother. Because Netflix also lost Psych, which was another show I'd throw on if I was just bored.
Right.
I ended up having to buy all those. But, yeah, so it's just kind of... They've lost a bunch of shows and movies that I like. Mm-hmm. And, like, a lot of the movies that I like that they still have, I own.
Right.
So, I don't know. For me, I don't think it's worth $13.99. Sean's trying to talk me into keeping it. Because he still watches a lot of, like, kids shows on it. We're like, dude, they're on Hulu.
Right.
We get that for free with Sprint. And then he goes, but they have commercials on Hulu. But it's free, and you're spoiled the fact that you don't have to deal with commercials. Because you just have to sit through, like, one 90-second commercial.
Right.
That wasn't the way for us as a kid growing up.
Man.
So it was just kind of funny, like, that discussion with him.
Well, so it's gonna be even more interesting with this whole neutrality thing, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I kind of have this spaced out to do it. And talking about Disney with the Hulu stuff. So the merger with Fox is complete. I was off by 2 days. I said by Tuesday by the time, because I was calling on the last podcast, I was talking like it had already happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, by the time this goes up, it's going to have happened. I was 2 days off. They announced it Thursday. I said it'd be Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So.
It's all good.
Yeah. Peace. So, let me pause this game so I can read the details on the merger. So I got the details here too. The deal has a total approximate value of $66.1 billion. That's a
wow.
Billion dollars. Disney is assuming $13.7 billion of Fox's net debt. Bob Iger will remain Disney's chairman and CEO through the end of 2021, which it could get renewed by then too.
Right.
The Disney-Fox deal will give Disney more content when it launches its own streaming service, which means when they do their streaming service in 2019, they'll have The Simpsons, they'll have How I Met Your Mother,
right?
All the FX shows like The League and stuff like that. Netflix might even lose more content like the Fox content they have because Disney's been pulling their stuff back.
Right.
The company will get Fox's movie studios, networks like Nat Geo and FX, their Asian pay TV operator Star TV, stakes in Sky, which is, I don't know if it's Europe or just England.
Okay.
Endemol Shine Group, and as Nelson yelled in, a 6% stake in Hulu, as well as the regional sports networks, but the national sports networks like FS1, stuff like that stays with Fox. Because Fox is keeping their news department and their national sports. Which I wonder how that's going to work with the NFL on Fox, because I assume, like, you know, Fox 5 here in DC and Fox 5 in New York too. I believe those are now owned by Disney,
Right.
But football's a national thing, so are they going to move football to the Fox One stations?
Right.
Or are they gonna? Or is that part of the deal? That I could not find an answer on.
Mm-hmm.
But that is what the details are for the Fox Disney not merger buyout of that stuff.
So yes, that should be pretty interesting to see what happens with all that. But it seems like Disney's really preparing to kind of start up their streaming service, because it almost seems like that's really more or less the focus. I mean, everything else, yeah, that's a bonus more or less, but just what you spoke about earlier, I mean, now they're getting different content from other places that they're already starting to own.
Oh shit! There's another guy there. He did. Yeah, exactly. So I wonder if that was a big thought, other than getting the rights back to A New Hope,
Mm-hmm.
or not back to A New Hope because they never owned A New Hope. They have all the Star Wars except for A New Hope, but now they have that because of the deal,
Mm-hmm.
and then just getting back their Marvel properties, which they don't actually technically have the Fantastic Four back.
Who owns that? Sony?
No, a German company, and I forgot to write down the company's name. They own the rights to the Fantastic Four, and Fox just had the distribution rights. So I guess what the deal now is that Disney will have the distribution rights to the Fantastic Four,
Mm-hmm.
and so if this company wants to make a Fantastic Four movie, they've got to go through Disney.
Gotcha.
Well, they have to get Disney to distribute it, which odds are with this deal now in place, Disney will probably buy the rights back from this company. Because
Exactly.
I can't see, where Fox would be like, no, we want to keep this because we can make money with this. This company can't make money off the deal without Fox or without Disney distributing the movie.
Right.
So Disney can just say either sell it back to us or we won't let you distribute the movie, and then Disney would get the rights back anyways, because if they don't put a movie out there, the
Mhm.
rights revert back. So I would imagine that
Yeah.
they'll probably sell to Disney. I can't see why they wouldn't. I feel that would be a wasted, just
Investment
wasted
on that
money.
part,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd just be like you lost money for no reason
Yeah.
because you wanted to be stubborn.
Right.
Um,
And Disney's pulling all these jack moves, man. It's like
Yeah. And it's kind of funny. There's a lot of people dooming and glooming it, like, oh, one company's gonna own a lot, which I get their point on that.
Yeah.
But Fox was selling. That's the thing. It's not like this was a hostile takeover by Disney.
right.
Fox was going to be selling all of this stuff off, and of all the big studios who could afford it, I'm glad it was Disney who bought it, because I
Yeah.
feel Disney would do the best with these properties than Sony would.
Do you think Sony was even in the running?
Oh yeah, Sony was trying to buy it. Sony and Comcast were trying to buy it. So
Huh.
okay, there we go. It's okay, Roblox. So yeah, so I mean, with all these different companies looking to buy it, I'm glad it was Disney that was the one who made the purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Just because A, they get their properties back.
Right.
And B, because even Bob Iger was asked about Deadpool,
Mm-hmm.
and his response to the question was, we can find a place for R-rated comic book movies. So I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna get a bunch of them,
Right.
but a wagon, that's the car I'm stealing. But that's good news for fans of Deadpool like us.
Right.
I like that. It's supposed to be a Subaru Outback. Sumituzu! So, I mean, that's good news there. 'Cause I did I don't know if you saw Ryan Reynolds' tweet, but he tweeted a picture of Deadpool being escorted out of Disney World.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he said, I guess you can't mount the Matterhorn. So, that's cool, but
Yeah.
going to Disney's streaming service and back to Netflix, that all could be a problem.
Yes.
Probably not for years now because lawsuits are already being mounted, but net neutrality is officially dead.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, anybody who knows us knows we're against it. We think net neutrality is a good thing, treating the internet like a utility. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. All right? This is uncharted territory for the most part. We don't know, what's going to happen. Granted, the companies in charge of the ISPs aren't the most trusting companies.
Right.
So I don't necessarily think they have our best interest at heart. But I kind of look at the mobile networks as kind of an example of what could happen. When we first got mobile data and stuff like that, everyone charged first per gigabyte. Well, actually, first it was no charges at all, but then once we got iPhones and high-speed stuff, then they started charging, more money. And everybody had a limit. Like, you could only have so many gigabytes, stuff like that, before you were cut off or charged extra or throttled. But now that it's kind of shaken out, like, you got guys like Sprint and T-Mobile, they've taken advantage of Verizon and AT&T's high prices, and they've drastically cut their rates and give you unlimited data. So they're not quite as big as the other ones, but that does give me hope to where if like Fios and Comcast start charging too much, that some smaller IPs, which is not as easy as other businesses, might come in and offer better deals and force the bigger companies, to lower their rates and be more competitive.
That's assuming that the bigger companies will even allow a small guy to come in.
That's true.
Well, there are smaller regional like ISP holders and things like that.
Verizon is also notorious for trying to block bottage back before net neutrality came through those protocols or whatever you want to call them. They actually had to sue in I think Tennessee to even be allowed to be serving that area.
No, I know the big companies are going to try to sniff those out.
Right.
But at the same time, one of the bigger companies who aren't quite as big as Verizon, like a Sprint in the cell phone market, might be able to offer better deals. I can't really see him. There we go. Now he did. So I mean, they might be able to offer better deals, kind of things like that.
Right.
Like I said, this is uncharted territory. I mean, nothing could happen. I mean, or maybe, like they will offer, like, if you want really high speed stuff, you just gotta pay us $10 more, and the current rates that they're at stay still, and then if you just want higher speed, you pay more money. So I mean, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, and like I said, more than likely, these ISPs are gonna take advantage of net neutrality being gone. But I mean, we don't know. That's my biggest thing. Is we don't really know yet. And until something does happen, I'm not going to be doom and gloom. I'm gonna hope for the best, prepare for the worst, kind of thing. But also the good news with all this is they're already being sued.
Right.
I think
Somebody's
like 19 states, including Virginia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I only heard that it was New York when I found out about it.
Yeah. Are suing
The FCC.
the FCC.
So I think it's because they were trying to block anybody making their own legislation on that.
Because the FCC said states couldn't do their own thing.
Right.
So they're being sued now. So that's going to hold it up. And then other companies and people will sue.
Right.
And that will hold it up. And so, I mean, in all honesty, by the time the courts decide on it, there's probably going to be a new FCC commissioner because, well, I never thought Trump would get elected, and he did get elected. There's no way he's getting re-elected, though. That's not going to happen, is it?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm already counting down. It's like almost like 3 years, like right now. So don't do that.
Yeah, I would love for Ajit Pai to get replaced, especially after that condescending video he put out.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that? It made me so angry.
I tried to watch it. I watched maybe 20 seconds of it, and I was like, this is bad.
Oh, I sat through the entire thing, and if it weren't for the fact that I was, at the beginning of my cold or whatever it is,
I knew we'd get sick boy out of his room for this talk.
Freaking, I probably would have had to leave the office just to scream. I was so angry.
Yeah.
Like, he was so condescending in that video. I can't even say what I wish would happen because that might get me on a list.
Yeah,
You're
so
already on a list. I saw your Facebook. Thread.
So my thing is, in the comments of that video, somebody had mentioned that he legally could not run the FCC based on some kind of either investigation or something to that matter. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard anything about that, but
I don't know how he got approved. Like how it wasn't conflict of interest concerning he's a former, Verizon.
I'm pretty
lawyer.
sure Trump bullied it through somehow, through some other means.
Well, no, he's got to be approved by the Senate and Congress, or no, I think just the Senate.
Mm.
So I mean, it's not like Trump could do anything. It was well, I mean, he could make deals, I guess, with the senators. But I mean, Ajit Pai had to be approved,
Right.
just like anybody who's appointed to any head government position like that, you have to be approved by the Senate.
But seeing as how he was very adamant and very vocal about removing the FCC or the net neutrality legislation, I'm sure there are some companies glad handing some senators. Or
more than likely.
Mm.
So it's more than likely that happened.
Yeah. So, which I mean, that's just the way the government is, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not super worried about it right now. Is just because of the lawsuits, and there will be a stay. I mean, there's no way a judge isn't going to grant a stay in one of the federal courts, and they're probably going to sue D.C., which is a more liberal court, and is going to side with net neutrality. And also another silver lining possibly is, and I wish I could remember the Supreme Court justice names. It was a Bush appointee that many in the tech industry feel that if it makes it to the Supreme Court, he would side with net neutrality. So if everybody voted party lines, with the exception of him, net neutrality would win. So that's why I'm not super worried about it, because I really don't think it's going to happen.
Well, plus
Right.
all those all the ISPs, they're under the microscope now.
Yeah,
Because everyone is so worried about them screwing everybody over, they probably would wait until the dust settles.
Oh yeah,
They're not going to do anything now.
No one's going to do anything right away.
Comcast had a little video. It's like, we are going to stay dedicated to not throttling this and not blocking that. And as you can imagine, all of the comments were very snarky.
Right. I mean, it only makes sense, right?
As I threatened to save that video to throw it back in their face when they break all those promises.
Well, they already pulled down. They had something up that they were never going to like throttle or do anything like that. And after net neutrality, after Ajit Pai said that they were going to vote down net neutrality, they had pulled that off their website. So
and everybody else has been very cagey about answering questions about that too. I remember seeing that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, no one wants to make the first move. That's the big thing. No one wants to make the first move. These look like jungles.
Though, if anybody, I'd say Comcast should be the first one.
I don't know. I think Cox.
I would actually say Verizon.
Really?
Verizon? You think Verizon?
Verizon has a history of.
Well, they still
with
have
no
the
loop.
highest freaking prices for plans.
Yeah,
if you
cell
go
phone,
mobile.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Because I thought about going there once.
Yeah. And
I mean,
and the only reason why I say that is because Verizon has their fiber infrastructure that seems to cover a lot more than a lot of the ISPs.
Yeah.
So it's going to get to a point where they're going to do it because they can. Because in some places that might be the only thing that you have. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and I think that's the worst thing about it. That's going to become like kind of like cable.
Right.
That you only have like one, and if you're lucky, two choices.
Right.
So that's where I think the biggest problem is for me, because I'm kind of a libertarian. I'm really against government regulations. This is one of the few times where I'm for government regulation, mostly because I don't want to call it a monopoly, but it's almost like a monopoly.
Right. Yeah, there's only 4 companies in the U.S. that really provide.
No, I think there's 5 now. There's Comcast, there's Time Warner, there's AT&T, there's Verizon, there's Cox.
Well, Time Warner is now Charter, isn't it? I believe they either got absorbed or they absorbed somebody else and took the name.
Well, whatever, but there's still 5 national ones that I know of. And since I'm only really concerned with the ones in our area, Cox, Verizon, and Comcast, I don't really pay attention to those. I do know the Time Warner AT&T merger got blocked, thankfully, because that would have just eliminated one more person.
Right.
So I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, there's not that much competition. I mean, in our particular area right here, I don't know about you because you live 15 miles north. We've got 3. So we've got Cox, we've got Comcast, and we've got Verizon.
Do we have Cox down here?
Cox is down here too. I believe that's a choice.
Okay.
So I actually have 2. So it's
Yeah.
between Comcast or Verizon.
And you know, honestly, I think the first places we'll see any kind of hikes, any kind of throttling, is places that only have one. Because where there's no competition, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
Yeah.
I do think they'll hold off in areas that have 2 or more, because shoot, like if FiOS decided to throttle or raise my rates for Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and then I guarantee you the next day I'd have a flyer in the mail from Xfinity, Comcast Xfinity, like, hey, we're not going to throttle you. We're not going to charge you extra for your Hulu and Netflix.
Right.
Come to us. And I won't even think twice.
Right.
I will call Verizon up and cancel, and I will call up Xfinity and say, come hook it up.
Right.
Because I play those 2 against each other all the time.
Right.
Because I think I have a 2-year deal with Verizon to where like I get like a special rate, and I believe come January or February my price is going to increase. That's when I'm going to give them a call and say, hey, what can you do for me? Otherwise, I'm calling Comcast.
Right.
Well, I remember when you switched over to Verizon, you had no remorse because they didn't even try to keep you with Comcast.
Nope.
They were like, "Oh, sorry to hear that. All right, you're all done."
Right.
What?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Dicks.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of amazing because I remember when I canceled my Comcast, they were trying really hard to keep me. So I was like, I guess they don't give a shit anymore.
Right.
But I think Comcast got so much backlash from just some of their not shady shit, but just bad customer service that I think that's going to change.
Are they still number 1 in bad customer service?
Probably.
Because I remember they would get that yearly.
Oh, you son of a bitch, you moved. Pop your head out. Come on. Just pop that head out. That's right, someone's shooting at you, bitch. Me. Let me just run over here, get a better shot of you. Huh? Oh, there's a lot of these dudes.
Are you by yourself?
No, I got mates. So we've already eliminated all those guys.
Right.
That was just not fair for them. That was a convoy coming, huh?
So yeah, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what actually happens with net neutrality. I know I'm not looking forward to any kind of change.
Oh no! That's bulletproof!
Ooh.
Gentlemen! You guys found a car. I'm gonna take this one. Oh, hit my guy. You guys get in the car, I'm gonna run them down. Oh, or they just bamfed in here.
What just happened? Did they teleport?
Yep, they teleported.
Oh, okay.
Why is this going so slow?
Handbrake maybe? I don't know.
If only. But yeah, those are all the news for this week. It wasn't really a busy week in news. But those were some big stories. So.
Well, so it's not on the docket, but I know Star Wars is coming out tonight, right?
It came out last night.
Last night. Oh, okay.
And I'm going to go see it tomorrow. Oh no. These guys are a pain in the ass to kill. Oh, well, I guess when you blow up their truck. Oh no, more coming. Shit.
You better.
I'm out of grenades. Oh, another patrol's coming? Jesus.
Mm.
Why are they targeting me?
You're probably the only one that's still alive.
Oh shit. Oh, damn it. Another patrol's coming?
Are they coming from both directions? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, damn! I didn't think they'd run through the fucking truck.
Mm.
This doesn't attract the predator. I don't know what will.
Huh.
Jesus.
Mm.
Why are so many coming? Uh-oh. They got a freaking gun on that one.
This is an all-out freaking war, dude. I don't know that you're gonna be able to make it out of here alive.
Oh man, they're sending a chopper too? Shit. Stealth swing. Get off the beach. There's a question mark up there. I wonder if that's a clue for the predator.
So what else we got?
That is it, dude. Why don't you
That's
talk a little bit about your trip to China?
China was interesting. What I will say is that I am glad to be back in the States, and hopefully I do not have to volunteer for any more trips out there. I still prefer Japan to any of the surrounding areas that I've been to, but maybe Korea will change my mind.
I was gonna say, I was like, have you been to Korea yet?
No, not yet. I hear good things about it, but so far Japan still has my heart.
Dude, I freaking love. I can't wait to go. I was thinking about going back this year.
Yeah, that would be nice. Funds are a little low for me right now, so
Yeah, my thing is I just got the new car,
yeah.
so it's kind of like, do I really want to spend that kind of money?
Right.
Because it's kind of like, I'm actually going to be eliminating some bills this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm going to pay off the windows, hopefully pay off the AC unit that I had installed.
Okay.
So it's kind of like with those getting paid off, like the new car payment, it's gonna break even basically.
Nice.
So that's kind of the good news, because it was one of those things, like the main reason why I got the car was it was a deal I couldn't pass up, because end of the year savings, and it was like I'm just saving a ton of money off of what it would be any other time of the year. So it's just kind of like I'm actually paying less for this new car, because I was looking in for like a 1-year-old used car. I'm paying less for this new car than I'd be paying for the used car, which is why I pulled the trigger.
Okay.
Because it was just kind of like, you know what, I could get a 2016, it'd be a little bit more money than what I'm paying for a 2017 new, and I get a brand new car as opposed to, you know, a used one.
Right.
So I was just kind of like, that's just a no-brainer. That's just something you got to do sometimes. And it was time to, as a buddy of mine joked, grow up and get rid of the sports car and have a nice luxury car to drive.
I don't.
Well, not necessarily grow up, not the right word.
Agree with that.
I think he said just get a big boy car. But it was kind of like driving the Mustang daily, because, you know, I sold my commuter car to my nephew.
Yeah.
Driving that kind of car daily just kind of gets to you, because it's got the sports suspension, and that's kind of a tight ride to do every day.
Yeah, but you don't drive to work though. You drive to a lot.
Oh, I know, but still, I was tired of putting miles on it too, and it was getting close to 100,000 miles.
Oh,
you
it
know,
was? Okay.
yeah, once you hit 100,000 miles, you know, the value really drops. So, I mean, it was kind of like the perfect storm of I've been looking for a new car,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the new car, and I'm quite happy with it.
Well, that's good.
It drives really, really nice.
Yeah, I find it interesting that your friend, and of course not to disrespect, I don't necessarily know what a big boy car.
Well, I
really
think he kind of
means.
meant because he's in his 50s. So
Okay.
I think his meaning behind it was just like getting like a 4-door car, not having 2 doors and things like that.
Yeah, I guess I'm under the persuasion that you get what you want, and
Yeah.
you don't allow society to kind of sway or dictate what that is.
Yeah, pretty much. And I got
So if it was
definitely
a-
got what I wanted.
So if it was a STI, then I mean, who would he or who would anybody be to say that that's not a proper car?
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing though. If you're our age and you're buying an STI for your main car, I think you need to reprioritize just a little bit.
Well, not
Because that's a
necessarily.
fun car to have. Like, I'm not dissing the STI, but I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking for me. I don't know if I'd want that as my main car.
Well, so I think that it depends on where you are. Like if you've got kids that are in college or whatever, and you don't need to have a minivan or something to hold people
Yeah.
around in, then get a car that you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You know.
Nelson, what kind of car do you want?
I wouldn't mind a Challenger, but I feel like I'd kill myself in that.
I know you'd kill yourself in that.
As far as a practical car, I mean, I really do enjoy my Toyota, so I wouldn't mind getting a different one.
Okay.
I would say if you were to stay in the same kind of market, I would get a Mazda or a Honda over another Toyota.
I mean, I actually, even though they don't make them anymore, I wouldn't mind a Lancer, but since they don't make them anymore, I don't know if I would go that route.
No, they still do. This was the last. They don't make the Evos anymore.
I thought they were killing the regular Lancer too.
Well,
don't know.
who knows what Mitsubishi's doing? I know there were 2017 Lancers because
Okay.
I saw them when I was shopping for like cars.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I thought the 2017s were the last ones.
Could be. I know they killed the Evo.
Yeah.
God, Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi is the Konami of car companies. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Well, they've kind of been like that since the late '90s.
Yeah.
Actually, the early 2000s.
I don't know. The Evo 10 was a very fun car to drive. My buddy had the MR.
Okay.
That was so much fun. Like, we did a clover leaf.
Mm.
We got sideways doing about 90.
Wow.
I was like, holy shit. He's like, I got this. He's like, you better. And then I think I went back and did the clover leaf about 60.
Nice.
Since it wasn't my car, I wasn't going to try to do 90.
Right.
You gotta be respectful.
Agreed.
If he wants to take his car at 90 and like fucking sideswipe a guardrail, that's fine.
Right.
But yeah, the MR was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Though, because this is actually my same friend who just got a Lincoln as well. He actually got his a few days before mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like literally, I'm in the middle of pricing it,
Mhm.
like picking out the features for my car,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a text from him, and it's just the 3.0 because he got the 3.0 all-wheel
Mhm.
drive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just that badge. I'm like, did you pull the trigger? He's like, yep. Just sign the paper. I was like,
Wow.
dude, I'm actually adding the features to the car I want right now. But he's a Mustang guy like me,
Mhm.
and he had bought the MR. He had traded in his Mustang for the MR.
Mm-hmm.
This was when the 10 first came out. So
Okay.
what, 7-8 years ago, something like that? I think it's 2008.
Something like that. Yeah.
9 years. And I had asked him before I bought the Mustang. I was like, hey, what's your opinion? Because I was debating between getting an Evo and getting the Mustang. He was like, I really liked my Evo, but go with the Mustang.
You shot that man in his
He's a
junk.
dick, yeah. That's awesome. But he was like, get the Mustang. He's like, I know it's 2-door from a 4-door, but he's like, it's a little more practical than an Evo.
Yeah.
So that's what I went with. And I don't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Though I have looked up some Lancer 9s online just to see how low they could be. And they hold their value. Like if you
Yeah, I could see that.
so, but I have been tempted to get, if I can find one at the right price, get a Lancer Sportsback, one of like the 2012s.
Mm.
But those are few and far between.
Mm.
They're not that expensive if you find one,
Right.
but they are hard to find because I don't think Mitsubishi made that many of them anyways.
Mm.
And I always kind of dug the Sportsback because it had like a lot of Lancer features to it. Like it had the all-wheel drive. It had a nicer interior than the regular Lancers.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't a Lancer. It was basically like the Sportsback was the replacement of the Rally Art.
Right.
So I always found that kind of cool because it had the feel of an Evo, but it was like 15 grand less.
Right.
Which is always good because Evos were ridiculously priced.
Yeah, well, for a reason.
Well, yeah, I mean they were worth what they were priced, but
Yeah.
like it's kind of funny. Like, oh, I will say this in closing about my new car being a Lincoln. Driving a Mustang, like I could never like as much as I love Mustangs, unless it was like a classic Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
I could never buy like a Roush or a Shelby Mustang because when you're driving that car, people just see a Mustang. They don't realize, no, this is kind of a supercar. You know, they don't realize that like your common person. And
Wait, what version of the Mustang is classified as a supercar?
no, I said almost like the speed of which like a Shelby and the Roushes can go. They're up there. Like they're not a Lamborghini or anything like that. Oh shit. I'm just talking about like speed and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, that did kill him. No, that's just what I'm saying. Like, they don't realize the horsepower you're packing into there. They just see a Mustang.
Right.
But at least, like, with the Lincoln, you know, no matter what kind of Lincoln you have, it's a Lincoln, you know? Same with, like, a Beamer or a Mercedes, you know? It's, like, people respect, like, that. They don't think, like, oh, you know, that's just, you know, a car I see every day.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice too. I haven't seen too many of the new MKZs on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that's always nice when your car is you know, not something you see on the road all the time.
Right.
So it's always fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
always nice. Guys, you gonna get in here with me? Why are we stuck? Great. Oh no!
That just happened.
Get in the fountain! There's so many people around here trying to kill me. I literally just started a gang war by mistake.
Yep.
By getting spotted. No, because I mean like another gang's here fighting the Unidad too.
You are getting hit.
I know.
Did you wander into a purple area?
No, just a purple car drove by and spotted me.
Oh shit.
So now they're just everywhere.
I'd hop in a car and start running people over.
I know. Not that car, that's a minivan. Let's see. You look like a Lexus. We'll take you. Get out. Oh, they bamped in there. Good. And we're off. Alright, drive casual. Drive casual. Engage!
Yeah, there's nothing casual about that.
Oh, there was rocks there!
Oof. Oh, fountain. Or,
Yeah, no, my steering's gone.
Oh.
My steering is gone. I'm just trying to find the predator. I have no beef with you guys right now. See if we can crash this.
Why don't
Nope.
you just take one of those trucks?
Well, we are. I was gonna try to like Dukes of Hazzard that,
Yeah.
cause that would be fun.
So out of the two SUVs, you take the one that can barely get up a hill.
But it's nicer.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, is it bulletproof? key in the helicopter?
Yes, we can.
Uh,
That actually reminds me. So, my guy's a higher because Nelson plays his co-op with me. My guy's a higher level. Nope, guys, I gotta go.
you should. Yep. They'll spawn.
Hopefully. I didn't
Oh,
realize
they
this.
left the mission area.
I didn't realize I had started a mission.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah. So my guy's a parachute because I'm a higher level than Nelson. So Nelson got into that helicopter with me, and I got us all the way up as high as I could go. I was like, "Peace out, bitch!" And I dove out, pulled the chute, and the game wouldn't let Nelson get over to the driver's seat of the helicopter.
Wow.
So he just started a slow descent, and then the propeller cut out, and he died.
Wow.
And he's just screaming at me over the headset the entire time.
That
It was the best.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It was so much fun. And on that hilarious note, that's where we're going to end this program.
Yes.
Good night, everybody, because we're going to watch the Grand Tour.